So one of the products that are in that catalog we are using today too. I thought that it would be fitting to use it. It's also a stamp set and dies. You can get it as a bundle. That I love. It's one of my favorites, and I used to, when I first got it, I used it all the time, and I'm sure you guys probably got tired of it, but I'm bringing it back in today because it's going by, so it's kind of like a farewell for me. And I think you're gonna like the projects today. They're really cute. Hey Anna, thanks for joining. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry I did not print this out. This is all stamped out, but this is my host code. So if you purchase from me this month, it's TAUYFCK4. I'll have that listed, posted too. And also the links to Paper Pumpkin and to the Kits collection and for the Pretty Perennials bundle. That's what we're using today. So we're using the Pretty Perennials bundle. So that and their dies that go along with it. The Pretty Perennial Petals dies. So you guys know I've used these a lot. I absolutely love this stamp set. I won't be parting with this because I love it. And I will still use it for personal things here and there. But it is going bye-bye. So if you want this and you don't have it, you can get it in my online store. So and I'm also going to be using the basic border dies, and two of the dies we're using are the little envelope thing here, the triangular one, and we're using this one. But the designer series paper, well, I made the designer series paper, wasn't quite long enough to really give it this shape, but it still gave it the really nice flat shape, scalloped with the stitching, and I really thought it was pretty cool. So that's what we're using today. So I'm going to put those aside because we don't need them right now because I have everything blocked up. I know you guys have seen me do your own designer series paper, but I'm just going to do a little bit just to quickly remind you and show you, and those that are new that may be watching may not know how to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. So, because we've got 4 cards I think we're going to make today, but I've already done all the, hey Carol, thank you. Hey, so I've already done all the cutting and all of that, so it should go pretty easy. So I'm using polished pink, pale papaya, fresh freesia, granny apple green are the and coastal cabana. Those are the colors that I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to start off with the polished pink and the largest flower in the set, and I'm just going to stamp those right around. It doesn't matter, on and off the page and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and you just have fun with it. Just stamp them wherever you want them to be. Like I said, there's no rhyme or rhythm to it at all. You just stamp it wherever. Oh, I just splattered that a little bit. And I really should be using my foam mat for this, but I'm not. Okay, so just gonna kind of stick this in different places. So there we go. So I'm pretty sure that I am okay with where all of my pinks are at. Then I'm going to come in with my Coastal Cabana. I'm going to shut this one up too. And I'm going to use the little flower. And then we're just going to stamp around on that too. I love this stamp set for just what I'm doing, making my own designer series paper, because I just think it makes beautiful, beautiful paper. And this stamp set to me is perfect for using your bright colors because it's just so, so nice. So I'm just doing this really quickly. So I think I am pretty good with that. Maybe one more over here, like right there. All right, so there we got that. So now I'm going to bring in the little tiny flower, and we're going to use fresh freesia. So we're going to bring that in. So go ahead and kind of cover that up. There we go. So we covered up our mistake, our little oopsies. And then we're just gonna go around wherever we think a purple flower should be or where we want it to be. So when you're doing yours, you can put it wherever you want yours to go and make your designer series paper the way you want it. And I'm good with that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in pale papaya, and I'm using the little tiny little dot thing. That's for the centers of the flowers, but we're going to use it to put in here. So I'm using pale papaya, and I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm hurrying, so there's no telling how this is going to turn out. So I want quite a bit of the yellow in there, I think. And if I decide that I want more in there, I can always add it. It's not a big deal at all. So there we go. And then we just add our leaves. So I'm just going to do a couple of leaves because I can go back and finish this later. So I'm just going to tap some leaves in here. Just like so. And around, and around, and around, and around. So just like that. So you guys kind of get the idea. So you can put your leaves, whoops, that didn't stamp all the way. You can put your leaves wherever you want to. So that's all you do to make your designer series paper. You can use any colors you want, any stamp sets you want, anything like that. So that's what I did. And then I already went and cut them, and then I die cut them too. And let me go ahead. We're going to be using some basic black for our card base. This was one full sheet of cardstock cut in half long ways at 4 1/4 and then scored at 5 1/2. So we've got those. That's going to be our card base. And I don't see where my bone folder is, so I'm using my fingernail. And then this is what I cut. I cut this down to, I think, 4 by, I think I did like 5 1/4, and then 5 1/4, and then I just cut off using my border dies right here. I used this one for that, and I just placed it where I wanted it and how much I wanted to cut off. And if you're really picky about making sure that it's centered, you know that this is 4 inches, so at 2 inches would be your center. So you just kind of put a little tick mark there, and then put a Post-it note or some washi tape or that non-stick tape just to hold it in place so it doesn't move on you. And then you have this. And doesn't that make a cute little pocket too? I think that's really cool. Makes a little pocket. Okay, so we've got that. And then I've cut some of the In Color Designer Series paper. And this is, I think it's 1 1/2 inches. No, 1 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. No, by 4. By 4. Okay, and that's going to come down here, just like so. And then this is going to come here. So this was cut at 4 by, what did I say, 5 1/4, and then I cut off. So you could even cut it smaller, and then when you take your die, just put it just to the edge of it too, so that you don't have a whole lot of waste, because this is about how much I cut off right here. So that's going to go just like so. So let's go ahead and put that on there. This is Polished Pink Designer Series paper. I love using black with these bright colors. I just think it really makes it pop. I just love it. That's all I can say, is I just love the way the black looks with it. And so that's what we're going to use today. And then this is just going to line up and sit right like so, to where we're going to put that where it's has even amount of border all the way around. So we are going to just try our best to do that. There we go. All right, so that's that, except for I got ahead of myself and forgot to stamp my happy. I am going to stamp happy right across the front of our designer series paper. And I'm using Stays On, and let me show you the difference. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. But this is Stays On, and this is using Memento ink. I think the Stays On is a lot darker. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. Hey, Lynette, in it. So I'm using Stays On. I don't like to use Stays On with my photopolymer because it stains. So, but it's okay for this. I'll stain it. It won't ruin your stamp. It won't come off if you use another color. But you can just try to get your Stays On cleaner in a scrubby pad or something, and you can try to get the majority off if you want to, but it's not recommended to use your Stays On cleaner with the photopolymer, so I don't do it all the time. All right, so there we go. So there's our happy, and then what we're going to do is I am going to tie a ribbon. I'm going to use polished pink ribbon, and this is the In Color ribbons. I'm just going to tie a ribbon right around the top of it, just to kind of dress it up a little bit, and then we may even put some embellishments on here. And I think it makes an adorable little card. Nothing fancy at all, just a little cute card. And then when you open the inside of the card, you get to see the pink ribbon on the inside of the card too, which is really pretty. Too, I'm going to put a glue dot, but I want this to come a little longer. I'm going to use a glue dot to hold that in place for me. So let me get take your pick tool and hold that right about here. And then I can tie this. This is the hardest thing to do on a Facebook Live, or even if you're just recording, because it's pressure. Look at that girl. She can't tie a bow. Oops, that came out. All right, so we're going to do just like so. And then, see, this pressure, I'm telling you. There we go. And then we're just going to pull this down. And pull this down, and there's our bow. It's a little lopsided. It's going catty corner on me, but I'm going to be all right with that. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So there's our bow, there's our card, just like so. So you open it up, you got that pretty ribbon on the inside. I did, however, forget to cut the inside of our card to get those pieces. When you know it, I always forget something, and I really thought I had everything. Never, never fails. I know, Carol, these dies are awesome. If you don't have them, you guys, I really highly, highly recommend that you get them, because you won't be sorry. They're really, really fun. It's a fun stamp set and fun dies to have. And you can buy them in a bundle in my store, and you get savings of, I think it's 10%. So my mind just went completely blank. You save 10% on it by buying them in a bundle. Okay, so I have my 2 card bases here. So we're going to go ahead and stamp on the inside of this as well. So these are very simple cards to make. Very, very simple. And then another demonstrator, I was inspired by her, Kelly Atchison, to do gift boxes. I've done them before, but it's been a very, very long time since I did gift boxes for cards. So I think on my next Facebook Live, I am going to show you 2 different sizes of, hey honey, 2 different sizes of card boxes, and then you can give these as a gift. That's a great idea, I think. Okay, so we can decorate this up a little bit more. Hopefully I will be okay with my leaf placement here. So I didn't stamp that right. That's all right, because I'm just going to come in here just like that. So that's a little sloppy, but anyway, you get the idea of it. I never do leaf placement right anyway. That is not my forte. Oh, it looks like a birthday card. It can be if you want it to be a birthday. You can absolutely make it a birthday card. There are birthday sentiments in this stamp set. There's for you, all kinds of cool stuff. Sending you lots of happy. I didn't get that straight. So let's try that again. I need more glue so it slides. Thanks, Anna. Okay, so we are gonna just, well, maybe. That's good enough for me. All right, so there we go. So there is that card, and then we can't forget the envelope. So we're going to do a little stamping on the back of the envelope. So I have the envelopes right here. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do both of these because we need both of them. And I'm going to do them both identical. I'm going to go ahead and put that over here, just like that. Put this one right like that. All right, so let's bring back in our polished pink. And just stamp our little flower, just like so. All right, and then we'll do the same thing here. We're going to stamp one right here. And I need another little piece of paper up under here because I don't want that to get on my table. So just like that. And then we can bring in our other one, and we're doing Coastal Cabana. So we're gonna like make it match our paper a little bit. So I think that that's gonna be really cool. Just like so. And we can add a little bit more of this too. Let's bring this over here. And I folded the envelope flap over it so that it doesn't get on the inside or the outside of your envelope. So just to kind of protect your envelope a little bit. And then we've got our fresh freesia. And then we're just going to stamp that. Hopefully I'm leaving enough room for my leaves. Who knows? Probably not, but it'll be all right. And then we're going to come in with our Granny Apple Green. Actually, I want to put another one over here. Let's move this over here. Put one right there. A little purple right there. Okay. And I'm going to close this up too. Then our Granny Apple Green for our leaf. I'm not going to put a whole lot of leaves on this because I don't think it really needs them. So kind of like a leaf coming out here, and maybe a leaf here, and then maybe one coming like right there. So there we go. So that's our leaves, and then we'll do the same thing over here. I'm trying to stay focused. So I'm probably missing a lot of comments, and then we'll put a leaf right there. There we go. All right. I wonder who has a birthday this month. I don't know. I know your brother does. And Jacob's is in July. I don't know who else's birthday this month. Oh, that's right. You do. Hee hee. Yeah, my husband's birthday is the 24th of June. And then Jacob's is 4th of July. He's a firework baby. Let me tell you, he's fireworks all right. No, I'm kidding. I love him. He's a good kid. Most of the time. Okay. There we go. He's a kid, right? All right, so there's our 2 envelopes, and those are going to be for our 2 cards that we're making. And that was pretty easy and pretty simple. And isn't that beautiful? And then that goes with this one, and it matches. How pretty is that? And pretty quick and simple. Okay, so now let's go to our next one, which is going to be identical. We're just using different colors. And this is our card base again. And then we have our pocket. And then we're going to be using the Fresh Freesia Designer Series paper. So we're going to do that. I should do a 10 and 20. I wonder if I can do that. 10 cards in 20 minutes. I don't know. So that's going to go on there just like that. And that is going to go right on there like so. So let's just go ahead and do this. So I know that they're identical cards, but I just wanted to show you how easy it would be to do it, because you can stamp your Designer Series paper, then you can cut all your pieces, and then all it is just assembling it. There's no switching back and forth to different things and different supplies. It's just really easy. So then we're going to bring in our, what do you call this? Fresh Freesia ribbon. This is called the Open Weave ribbon, and it is in the, you can get all the new in colors, the 2021-23 in colors. This one, I think I'm just going to tie a knot on this one, to be honest. Let's just kind of make it just a teeny bit different. So let me get a glue dot here, because that really helps me, because I don't have 3 or 4 fingers that I can use. And I'm going to put that right there. So there we go. And then we're going to tie this just like that. I really like bows, but I think I'm just going to do a knot for this. I think it's going to be really kind of cute in a knot. A faux bow, as they call them. Happy, which I could have saved a little ribbon and not cut that so long, or did that so long, but that's all right. So I am going to just cut this just like that. There we go. Forgot to stamp our happy again. What is wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with me. We're just excited to do this. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my happy right there using my Stays On. Beautiful. And then, let's see, we need to do the inside of our card, which is right here. So I think with this one, we just might pull in, we'll stamp Happy Birthday. We'll stamp Happy Birthday, or Birthday, because Happy is stamped on the front. So we'll use Birthday. And I am going to block that up. Hopefully I can stamp this straight. I'm going to use, you know what, I'm not going to stamp that. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Memento ink on this one. So we'll stamp that, and we'll put that. Ooh, what the heck? That like globbed up. Oh, it's stamped right though. Okay, so we're going to stamp Birthday right about here. And then what we'll do is we will use the yellow flower, and we're going to use Fresh Freesia. And we'll just do a yellow flower right there and a yellow flower right there. And then we can use these cute little leaves right here. We can use those. And we can, I need a little tiny block for that. And we'll wipe that off. Okay, so we're going to put that, let me get this out of the way. And we're going to just stamp our little leaves right there and leaves right there. There we go. Isn't that cute? I think that is so adorable. Okay, so now that is going to go on the inside. So let's put some glue, and let's see if I can do this one a little better than I did the first one. I think I can. So we'll just go right in there, just like that. And just like so. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to remember to talk loud. If I'm really loud, then just turn your volume down. If you're having a hard time hearing me, please turn your volume up, because I have all of my volumes turned up as high as they'll go. So there we go. So now that is that card. Isn't that sweet? And so simple, easy, and fast to do. Okay, so the next one, we're going to be using note cards. Let me get these out of the way. Put those back over there. And one of them is going to be pretty close to what we just did. It'll be just a little different, I think, if I remember correctly. We're using note cards. I love the note cards because they're like, what, $7.50? You get, I think it's 20. I had my pack here so I could give you the right number. I think it's 20 envelopes and cards. I don't know what I did with them. I did have them. I promise you I did. I really did. Oh well, I think it's that way. They're in the annual catalog, so you can find them. They're in my online store, but they're awesome because you don't have to cut a card base. Here they are. So they come like this in a pack, and you excuse me, you can get them in basic white or very vanilla. Excuse me. And they are, yes, it's 20. So you get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. And I think it's $7 or $7.50. Something like that. I'm pretty sure. These are both of the envelopes. So we have the card bases, and the size of them, they fold down to 5 by 3.5, I believe, is what the measurements are. I think in the package it gives the full dimension of the whole thing. 5 and an 8, I'm not sure. So we can measure it really quick here. I think it's 7 inches. So scored in half at 3.5 gives you 7 inches. So it's scored at 3.5, which you really don't need these measurements because you're not cutting it, and then it's by 5. So it's going to fold and be a 3.5 by 5 note card. And these are mailable. So that's good. So then I cut out a piece of basic black, and my measurement for this is, I didn't write my measurements down, you guys, is 3 3/8 by, I think it's 1/8 of an inch smaller than 5. Yeah, so it's 1/8 of an inch shorter than 5. So that's going to go layer right on top of there because I just wanted a little tiny border is all I want. I didn't need all that glue, but probably so to give me a little bit of slide room, especially since this border is going to be teeny tiny. And I'm okay with that. It's, whoops, no, it slid on me when I didn't want it to. Alright, let's try this again. It's nothing but a thing, right? Well, maybe I cut it crooked. That's possible. That's very possible. Let's put some more glue. I am wasting glue. That's okay. I tell you. I get so nervous on these live videos sometimes. Okay, so there we go. I'm okay with that. Then we've got another pocket that we did the same thing. We used the little thing, the die cut that cuts this shape out. And then I'm bringing in pale papaya. This one is a little bigger. This measure, let me tell you what this measurement is. Although I will have all the measurements listed over in my blog. Just give me a couple of days to get it done because tomorrow is a hectic day for me. I'm taking my dad to the doctor's, and then I have to pick my son up because he's coming home from a trip that he's on. So my day is really full. This was cut at 3 1/4, and then I cut it by 4, and then I did my thing, put it where I wanted it to be, the die. All I did was, let me show you again, if you're just joining in or watching the recorded version. Okay, so all I did was just laid this right on there, just like that, where I wanted it. So if I wanted, I think I cut about that much off. Can you see that? Hopefully not too far down. That's about how much I cut off. And again, if you want to make sure it's centered, just do 1 1/2 and an 1/8. So it's what, 1 3/8 or something like that. I don't know offhand. I have to look at the ruler and tell you. And then this one is 1 3/4. So this one's a little bit wider than the big card, but it works out great. And when you see why I needed it wider, you'll understand. I don't think this card is going to be much different. Yeah, this is by 3 3/4 too. So it's going to go just like so, right on here. No, this card is going to be identical, and then the other ones are a little different, the next two. So we're going to put some glue on that. We're going to layer this on here, just like that. Doesn't this black really make these colors pop? And then we're going to go put some glue on here. So if you guys are watching the recorded version, anybody who's watching the recorded version, thank you so much. If you're watching from YouTube, thank you so much, because this will be put on YouTube. Oh, I just smeared something on there. I wonder if I can get that off with my little sand eraser. Hopefully it's not on there. Too bad. Ah, yay. Yay. Had something on my fingers. Okay, so now this, what I should have done if I wanted to tie a little bow on that, was to do it before I glued all this down, but I didn't think about it. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a little pale papaya, and let's tie a little bow. We could do a little faux bow again too, a little knot bow. Uh-oh, he flipped out on me. Okay, let's try this again. I should use my bow maker that my husband made me, but I always forget to use it. I wanted him to make it for me for so long, and he finally did, and now I forget to use it all the time. Shame on me. Okay, and then we can put that. You know what? I think we're going to go without a bow. All right, so we're going to stamp our happy, which I forgot to stamp again before we do it. And the only reason why you want to stamp it before you glue all your pieces down is just in case you mess up. And with me, it could be, it's about a 50% chance that I could. And we're going to stamp this right across, just like so. I did, Carol. I sure did. Okay, there we go. I just love that. I think it's just so pretty. Okay, and let's do, you know what, let's have some fun. Let's put some of the end colors on there. Let's do, let's see, let's do some pale papaya. We use the pale papaya paper, so I think I want to put one down here, one there, and then let's just put a little one right up here. So there we go. So we put some bling on that, and it's just a simple little note card, and in the inside you can stamp birthday, or you can write a little note in there. We can stamp our little flowers in there. Let's see, let's do, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple and do, since my thing is already inked up in Fresh Freesia, let's go ahead and stamp birthday on that. I'm going to bring in my memento because I don't want to stain more than I have to. And since we're stamping on white cardstock, the memento is going to be plenty dark enough. Okay, so we're going to stamp birthday. And then we're going to do our little flowers. Again, because I thought that was so stinking cute, just like so. And then we can do our leaves in Granny Apple Green. Just like so. That one almost looks like it has bunny ears. Okay, there we go. So that's all done. So then we just got to do the, what do you call this? The envelope. We just have to do the envelope. So we're going to do the envelope real quickly. Again, we're going to be using, and since this envelope is even smaller, so we don't have to do quite as much on this either. So I'm just going to stamp one big pink flower right there in the polished pink. And then I'm going to bring in Coastal Cabana. Usually I usually pick Bermuda Bay over Coastal Cabana because that Bermuda Bay is my favorite color, but I figured I would give that a little break today. Just a little break. Okay, so now we've got to do our little what do you call it? Little dots in Pale Papaya. So we're just going to be stamping that. Oops. I think I know where I'm going to be putting a leaf. All right, there we go. So now our leaf. Okay, so our leaf is going to be in Granny Apple. And let's see if I can. I'm turning this so that I can kind of see where I want that to go because I want to cover that little tiny spot right there. Ah, yay. Okay, so there's our leaf. We'll have one coming off over here. And I think that's going to be okay. We don't need a whole lot in there. There we go. So there is our envelope with our card. So how cute is that? And so simple. You guys see how simple this is. Okay, so the next one is going to be slightly different. Again, we're using the note card, so I'm folding this at the score line, just like so. And then I'm coming in with my piece of designer series paper that I stamped myself. I am going to be using some more designer series. So this is Pale Papaya. We have not used that one yet on these cards. And this one might not be the right one for this. This one might be the right one. Yeah, this one is. Just like so. Nope, that's not the right one either. This one and this one was the right one. Okay, so I just got to figure out what I did. Oh, there we go. I had it turned the wrong way. I have to trim this one just a little bit more. So I am going to stamp on this first. I got to think about what's going to be easiest for me to do and what is going to be the easiest for you guys to follow what I'm doing. We're going to stamp this using our Stays On with the Happy. We're going to stamp it right on that designer series paper. You guys don't be afraid to stamp on your designer series paper because you can most certainly do it. All right, so we are going to stamp Happy right here, just like that. Hopefully I stamped it straight. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so See how pretty that is? I love it. I hope you guys are really loving this too. And I know what I did too. This has to go on here. This is cut at the same size as the other one was. Don't ask me again what it is because I don't remember. But it will be on my blog. Just give me a couple days, like I said, to get it on there. If you're watching this on YouTube, my blog is the post is already there. So you don't have to give it a couple of days. I already got it on there, and I didn't do that straight at all. Shoot, now it's drying on me. I tell you, I don't do nothing straight. Well, that's not true. I do something straight. Okay, so let me... Got stickies on my finger now. Alright, so let me try this again. Well, let me just slow down a little bit. That's probably what I need to do. And that is going to be okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, so this is going to go down here, just like that. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down there at the bottom. We're going to give it a little border, just like that. And then I should have cut this right to where it just makes the border. Oh, I forgot I needed to trim this. Oh well, I could do it that way, but then it's not gonna, well, shoot. Well, we're just gonna have a little space in there. That's gonna be all right, right? I'm not gonna worry about it. It is perfectly fine. Sometimes things just get changed up on you, and you just go with the flow, and it's not gonna be ruined or ugly. It is still gonna be very pretty. I kind of like that better, actually. I kind of really like that. Okay, and then if I would have glued it all to the layer before I glued the layer onto the base, you could take your papaya ribbon and just have tied that around there and made a pretty bow, and that would have been really pretty. And I still may put a bow on this one. I do want to do something a little bit different on this. I want to, you know what, no, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just going to leave it just like so and just put a bow right there. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're going to trim this just like that. We're going to take a glue dot and we're going to put that right like so. We can put some rhinestones on there. We can put, these are in colors. I love them so much. Okay, so, you know, everything I'm using today, you guys, I absolutely love and really think you guys should all have it too. Okay, and then we'll just put one right there. So there we go. Super cute, super easy. Very, very cute. Really love that. Okay, so now I need, oh, where was the envelope? Didn't we stamp the envelope for that? Or no, we already did that. So we'll pretend that we stamped the envelope because you guys know how to stamp the envelopes. I need another card base for this one, and I'm gonna have to cut, this was a last minute one for me. I'm gonna have to cut a black card base, or not card base, but a layer. So I gotta remember what the layer was. What is this card base fold down to? You guys remember? Because I don't. Ooh, I just folded that really crooked. Oh goodness, not even on the score line. All right, that was bad, and I got ink smeared all over it. No, it's okay. So it's 3.5 by 5, I think. Okay, 3.5 by 5, and I wanted 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So 3.5 by 5. So we're gonna do 1/8 of an inch smaller, shorter, and 5, just like that. and then 3.5, so 1, 2, 3/8. 3/8, that's what I'm cutting it to. All right, and then we have, this is going to go right here, and then nobody, that's still really crooked. I really messed this one up. It's all right. We can fix it. Wow, what did I do? I'll get it fixed, you guys. Getting ink all over it, but I'll get it fixed. Okay, so just like so. I wonder if I can take my sand eraser. I really don't want to waste this. Really want to try to save this. This sand eraser is amazing. I got this off of Amazon. It really does work well. That one I'm not going to worry about because that one's going to be covered up. And there's not any on the back. Okay, so we're going to lay this down. You guys want to take a bet on whether or not I get this straight the first time? We might as well have fun, right? That's what it's all about, really. It's having fun, making pretty things, and nobody's going to know if you made a mistake because they don't know what it was supposed to look like to begin with. So they just don't know. Ha! Okay. Oh, thanks, Chris. Okay, so now we've got our designer series paper again. This is the polished pink one, and that is going to go here. And this is cut smaller. And the reason why is because this piece was my leftovers, and it was this size. So I wanted it to stay like so. All right, now I probably am going to trim a lot of this from here because let me think here. I got to remember what I had planned to do with this before I mess it all up. All right, so that goes there. Then I'm using that. I still want my happy on here, so I'm going to trim this. Yes, I'm going to trim this, and I'm going to trim, how much do I need to trim? I need to trim about 1/2 inch, maybe? 1/2 inch. Remember, if I trim too much, it's okay. We saw that on the other one, that it turned out really cute. So this is going to go, I think I am okay with this. We'll find out. Okay, so stays on and happy. Oh, Anna, you thought I should have put the bow in the middle. Maybe that would have looked really cute. Okay, so thank you for you guys' input. I really do appreciate it. I love to hear what you guys think. Okay, there we go. So there's our happy. And I am not going to glue that down right away. Oh, that's not quite dry. So you guys remember that your Stays On ink does take a little bit longer to dry than your than the Memento. It's a little bit thicker. All right, I am gonna put, I might be making a huge mistake doing that, but I am just gonna go ahead and glue that down just like that, and then we're gonna fit it right onto the card base. But I want it to be straight. All right, so yeah, so that's going to fit right there on there. Now I'm not going to put ribbon on this one because I am doing something a little bit different for this one. We're going to fancy this one up a little bit, even though ribbon does make fancy, I think. But, and we might add a little ribbon. I'm okay either way. All right, so this one does have a wider side border than it does the is that pretty straight? Pretty straight to me. This could come up a little more like that. Okay, so there we go. So that is that. All right, so now what I did was I took some scrap paper, scrap white paper, and I stamped in pale papaya the large flower. And then I ran through the the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, otherwise known as the Boss, and used basic black, and I cut out this using this die right here. And then I used the die for this, and then I stamped the leaves in Granny Apple Green and used the leaf dies to do that. And then where is my, okay, I know where it is. It is right here, still in here. And then I ran this one through in the polished pink. I really do not know what this is going to look like because I didn't try it first. So I'm hoping it's going to look really, really pretty. So we're going to put polished pink on top of pale papaya. And I do like the way that looks. And it's going to kind of tie in our designer series paper. So it's going to go right there, like so. All right, so I'm going to assemble this flower. I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm not worrying about getting all the glue on all the way up because I'm okay either way how it fits. And we're going to just stick that right like so. So pretty. Lovey it. I love it. Okay, and then we're going to put this little black piece. Oops, that's a little much. Right in the center, just like that. And then our little leaves are going to go, I don't know. All right, so that is going to go just right about there, like so. And then we're going to put this leaf maybe right here and maybe right here. Maybe we won't put leaves on it. We'll put them right here. And maybe this one will come down here. Maybe we'll put them down there. Where do you guys think I should put the leaves? Because I really don't do great leaf placement. Really and truthfully, I don't. Okay. Somewhere. I know, and it matches the stamp set, doesn't it, Carol? Happy, 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 happy. Okay, so, I know that it's going to take you guys a couple seconds to a couple minutes for me to see y'all's responses, but where do you think I should put these leaves? Because I really am not sure. How about like that? What do you guys think? They look good down? Both of them down? Okay, so like that and like that. Like that. Thumbs up. Okay, we're going to do it down. Hopefully that you all agree on that. Okay, so we're going to do them down. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this so that I can put that just like that. And then we're going to put the, oops. Well, that didn't work. There we go, just like so. And then where did I want this? Because there's a bigger space for the H. Like right there. So let's put them right there. That will work. And I'm going to just use some tape if I can find my tape just to tape that down. Yeah, I think you're right. They do show up better on the pink. The designer series paper. I like it too. I got a piece of frog in my throat and a piece of tape that went over too far. So I'm doing a cardinal mistake too in using my ribbon scissors on tape. Okay, I'm going to start laughing here because my tape keeps falling back down and I can't grab it. Okay, so hopefully we got that right. Just like that. That does look pretty. Thank you, Carol. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to put a dimensional on this. Actually, I'm going to put a couple. Put a dimensional there and a dimensional here. And then we're going to put that right like so. And then we're going to add a, let me see, I don't know, we're going to do either a pink, pale papaya. I think I'm going to do pale papaya rhinestone right in the center of that card, just like that. So what do you guys think? I love it. I think they're such happy cards. And this stamp set, again, you guys, is absolutely fabulous. You won't go wrong by purchasing it if you have not purchased it. And I would love for you to purchase it through my online store. And again, if your purchases are under $150, please use the host code TAUHFCK4. I will have that listed too. I'll post that in all the descriptions and it will be listed on my blog as well. So let's bring back in these cards here. So these two were them. So we just did our bow a little different and my bow is cattywampus on that one. We stamped our own designer series paper. Let me move this messy thing out of the way here. Move some of this stuff out of the way so that we can review. So we stamped our own designer series paper and I showed you how to do it, but I already pre-cut everything. But again, all the measurements, everything you will need will be on my blog. So we used our basic border dies, which is a must-have, guys. I promise you, you won't regret that decision either. We used our in-color ribbons. We used some in-color ink. Not all of it is in color. And we stamped our back of our envelopes. And then we have the inside of our card. Really so cute, pretty simple. And so that's those two. And then we did... Where's our third card? Here we go. We didn't stamp all the envelopes, but anyway, so here's our envelopes for that one. So we used the same design for this one. We just didn't tie ribbon on it. And then this one we did a little bit different. So if you don't have the border dies, or maybe for some reason you don't like them, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but you might not, you can do it without the border dies. You can do the same thing on the larger cards, the full-size cards too, by just cutting it. That's all. You don't have to have the dies. But so that's the way we did it. And then instead of stamping happy across the designer series paper that we made, we stamped it on the in color designer series paper. We stamped our happy, and then this one is the same way as that up above, just no ribbon on it. And then we stamp the inside, and so cute with the matching envelope. And then we have this one that we did with using the black layer underneath. And we used, this is the one that I told you that I used this die right here for it. But my paper wasn't quite wide enough to actually give it this little angle, but it was just wide enough to fit right in there. So it gave it that beautiful little stitch scalloped. So that's what I used for that. So these are the dies, you guys. These are the basic border dies. They are amazing. They all give you the stitching, all that stuff. So you have your two. These are kind of like envelopes to me. They kind of look like maybe a shape of an envelope. And then you have a zigzag, and then you have a curved one, and then you have clouds that can be clouds, and then you have this cool, this one's really cool. Yeah, this one's like super cool. I love this. It does the double stitching. It makes the cute little shape in there too. I thought I did a card using it, but I don't see it offhand. So very pretty. Really like it a lot. I know I did. I think it was, I just don't see it. So anyway, those are your basic border dies. Awesome, awesome dies to have. Thank you, Chris. They are happy, happy cards. And then again, we used our bundle, Pretty Perennials, and the Perennial Petals dies that you can purchase this in a bundle and save 10%. It is retiring. It will be gone, gone, gone by June 30th, which is not too far away, or while supplies last. So make sure you get your hands on these because they are awesome. And look at the pretty cards that they make. Such pretty cards. There's all kinds of things that you can do with them. So on my next Facebook Live, guys, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to show you 2 sizes of boxes to make. It will be one that will hold your note cards and one that will hold your full-size cards and the envelopes to give as a gift. All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking time out on your Wednesday lunchtime to spend with me. I really do appreciate. I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You're awesome. And thank you on YouTube too for your support. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope that you do by clicking that red subscribe button down below and click that bell icon or ring the bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos that I will be uploading. Okay, you guys, I love to hear from you too. Make sure you comment, make sure you share. That really helps me out a great deal. You don't realize how much it helps. And again, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Until the next time, toodaloo-doo.